Okay, let's get to it. Now, we just watched the Manchester Derby.
Mm-hmm.
Now, on the scale of 1 to 10,
Yeah.
what will you rate that Manchester Derby?
I'll give it an 11.
11.
An 11 for me because...
In Yoruba, that is Otijaski.
Exactly, because you literally have to just look at the way Manchester United set out. Yes, everybody knows that they're in red hot form at the moment. But then again, coming up against Manchester City, a team that humbled them in the first leg, we expected to see at least some form of probably whitewashing from the City side, who actually know how to play Manchester United. But the commentator actually put it before the game started, he said the last 3 Manchester United managers have always won the second leg away from home against Pep Guardiola's side. The only manager that lost home and away in his first season to Pep Guardiola was David Moyes. And I think Erik ten Hag, so far, who has been on the ascendancy, showed it today because it was very, very impressive. Marcus Rashford, once again, getting on the score sheet. That guy is on fire right now.
You know, in the first half, we saw him, I thought he pulled his groin.
Yeah, he actually did.
Are you sure? You don't pull your groin. I've played football. I have had injuries. You don't pull the groin and come out.
And I saw Lionel Messi hold his groin a couple of times during the World Cup. That man played 120 minutes, I think 3 times, and played every single game.
Not the same thing as feeling.
So probably he didn't pull his groin.
That's what I'm saying.
He probably didn't pull his groin.
First time I had a groin, I was 17. I didn't know what was going on. I couldn't walk.
I remember when you were on course to go and score. What would have been if finisher? I remember that game like it was yesterday, and you were literally facing the goalkeeper 1-on-1 with about the closest player being close to you was about 10 yards out. And somehow you were just about to strike the ball, and then you hold onto your leg.
Exactly.
I was screaming for dear life, what's going on here, But you have to give it to Manchester United, playing in front of their home fans, with the kind of form they have been in recently, especially Marcus Rashford, who's just turned into something else since the World Cup. Obviously, Cristiano Ronaldo has left, and we're looking at who the mantle was going to fall on, to lead this Manchester United this side. And I remember there was a certain game about to play, and Erik ten Hag put him on the bench. He came on from the bench and actually ended up scoring what was going to turn out to be the winner of that particular game. But he said he missed a very important team meeting, and the coach decided to put him or start him from the bench. He has instilled discipline into this Manchester United side, and so far so good. We are beginning to see them reap the dividends of all of this. They are currently third on the table behind Manchester City, and I think 6 points behind Arsenal, who have a game in hand. But this is a far cry from the United that we saw at the beginning of the season, and we're looking at them in January, and they're actually looking like absolute title contenders.
Before the game, you said something. You were talking about the 3 top managers in the Premiership right now.
Yeah,
having a connection.
Yes.
Pep had studied under Guardiola.
No, Arteta
studied under Guardiola.
Yes.
Ten Hag also
under Pep Guardiola, yes.
At Bayern Munich.
At Bayern Munich, yes.
Yeah. So,
and let's not forget the coach who's currently topping the championship. That's Burnley. Vincent Kompany actually played under Pep Guardiola as well.
Exactly. So there's something. I mean, there's something about this man called Pep that, I mean, whoever learns under him, it tends to instill some sort of.
How are the people that learned under Jose Mourinho?
Hey, you said.
It's just bad,
Jose Mourinho is a fantastic coach.
Every day of the week.
His resume speaks of victories, excellence and all that. I mean, I don't know much about his the way he relates.
His man management skills,
but his results speaks for him.
Yeah, he does.
He's been a winner everywhere he has been to, except.
Tottenham Hotspur.
No. I can't say that.
Yeah.
I don't call that name.
Yeah, of course.
I call them something else that I cannot call on
air.
Yeah. So I use the emoji for it. So you know what I'm saying. But I digress.
Yeah,
okay.
me.
So these 3 managers now. Pep had time at City, but he had money good. Arteta at Arsenal, he had to go through a lot of trying periods, trying to get the right team, the right players for his own method and style and everything. I mean, the team is different from when he took over. From the defense to the midfield to the attack, it's completely different.
You're talking about Arsenal now, yeah?
Yeah, I'm talking about Arsenal. I'm just saying that the same Ten Hag. I mean, when it came to Man U, he had to do a lot of work. He had to do a lot of cleaning. The good thing with Man U had good quality players. They didn't just have the right manager. But when the right manager came in...
I think I agree with you to a certain extent. The manager has done a fantastic job so far. But you need to look at a couple of players that have been injected into the team since they got there. I'll start with Lisandro Martinez. Okay. Lisandro has been on fire. Tallest, you were saying something a couple of minutes ago, saying that height cheats him. Yeah, exactly. You know, he was saying that height was like it's his major
like
what that really affected, or what would you think would normally affect him. But in game,
defender,
exactly, for a defender who will be coming up against the likes of Olivier Giroud and Haaland and all of that. But so far so good, since he joined this Manchester United side, they have been able to place a certain captain on the bench conveniently without even feeling it. Do you understand? And then you also need to look at a certain Casemiro. Even though I still feel the Premier League lacks a certain bit of technicality as opposed to the La Liga, Casemiro, who is way past his prime, playing in this Manchester United side, in a midfield that has Fred and of course Eriksen and of course Bruno Fernandes, I beg your pardon, as well. He's brought some form of stability to this Man U midfield. And then Marcus Rashford picking up red hot form. I think everything just seemed to work together. We're having a conversation the other day. We talked about Arsenal.
Yeah.
And the fact that they might not have great players, but they have a fantastic team.
That's true.
They have a fantastic squad that's able to work together to achieve the common goal. Erik ten Hag has shown that he's a disciplinarian. He doesn't take nonsense from his... And we saw what he did with Cristiano Ronaldo, obviously, as well. Losing easily one of the greatest players of all time, and yet still going on and achieving what he's been able to achieve so far. I think it's still early for the cock to come home and roost, but as far as I'm concerned, I think Manchester United are doing really well, and it's been a combination of factors, and so far so good. These factors have worked in their favor, Tola.
Yeah, well, true that. So now that leads us to the title race. Like I said, the gap is not so
it's not.
wide
It
anymore.
doesn't look so wide anymore.
And Man U is in let me use that English. I know you like to use a lot. Tremendous form right now. They've won like what 7 games in a row.
About 7 games in a row on the bounce. Yes, all competitions.
All competitions, yeah.
Yes.
And they have a Marcus Rashford that is firing
on all cylinders.
Right now. So now, looking at this title race now, who will you say your money is on to win it?
They're always saying Arsenal on top of the table.
Yeah,
it's like an elephant on the tree. We don't know how you got there.
Yeah,
one thing is certain: the elephant will come down.
Yeah, but this elephant is very.
Because so far, it looks like the elephant has built
some sort of
shed
to
like
balance,
and they're so comfortable. And it's a far cry from the Arsenal that I watched play a couple of seasons ago. We saw them occasionally showing glimpses of what we knew they could potentially do, but they were never really able to hit tip-top form. And of course, we saw Manchester City in crazy hot form. I saw the same with Liverpool. Like I was telling you not too long ago, that how do you finish with 90 points and not win the league? That's the kind of form Manchester City have been in. But you have to look at Arsenal right now and say, okay, based on the way they have been, games that they would normally lose, somehow Arsenal have been going on to win these matches. Yeah. I've seen them grind out results from games whereby on a normal day they will lose and nobody really talk about it. Tola, they've only lost 1 game in the league this season, and that was to Manchester United, which I still think was an anomaly as far as I'm concerned.
Man U took their chances in that game.
They saw them and they took them. But so far Arsenal are sitting pretty on top of the table, but you really cannot rule out Manchester City. Yes, they have been inconsistent this season. Yes, they look like shadow of their previous selves or their previous dominating selves. But at the end of the day, it's Pep Guardiola. It's Manchester City. Yes, and it's. I don't think it's like a deer running and a lion chasing you from behind.
Yeah,
it never really favors you. You cannot even sit back and relax for a second because you blink and of course it's going to overtake you
all the way to the wide.